Hey everyone, it's Flaxative,
And CT5.
and this is the video where we will announce the winners for Aloyzo's Arsenal number 4.
Excellent.
Or the winner, rather. I think I mentioned this on the forums, but the format's going to be a little bit different this month. We're going to start with the winning item and talk about that a little bit, and then we'll go into the 10 items that folks will be able to vote for in the community poll, because again there's two winners, one that we're picking and another that the community will get to pick from a short list.
One that you and Blue Manchu are picking.
Yeah, me and Blue Manchu, me and John and Aloyzo, and yeah, so we'll just get started with the winners. Oh, and I also mentioned this on the forums, but we won't go into any bad submissions in this video. This won't have a whole lot of like constructive feedback. That'll happen on the forums. I'll be editing in some feedback on submissions where I think feedback is useful. All right, so
Cool.
Moving right along here, we've got the winning item is the Scar of the Hero by Elmath.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Elmath. This is a cool item, I think. It's got demonic power on a blue token with no bad cards,
Yeah.
which John was like, are we sure we want to do this? But I think it's fine. Avenging Touch doesn't synergize that well with demonic power because you don't heal yourself.
Right.
Also, if you're trying to run like an intense card drawing battery, I think Avenging Touch is sort of off theme in
Right.
some ways.
Right.
But I think it's sweet, really cool flavor. Do you have any thoughts?
It should be interesting to play
Yeah.
with, since now that it is a winner, it's going to be in the game. That should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think this is a really cool item. And you may remember from the contest thread, I said, one item will be basically that the winners would be in two different item slots. So this item is a divine item, which means none of the other divine items are going to be in the community poll. There were a couple other cool ones. I thought the miniature toy spaceship was funny. CT5, your item was really cool.
Thanks.
With one big flaw.
Yeah. It's okay.
Unfortunately, but yeah, so this was cool. Really good job, Elmath. Excited to have this in the game and looking forward to seeing how vampires or other characters use this blue token item.
Yeah. It's a good item.
It's a good item. It's good cards. Alright, and now onto the short list. These are 10 items, not including divine items, that you'll be able to vote on. And we're starting with Magic Elves' Pressing Problems.
Very cool stuff. Disorienting Block and Pressing Bash are both, in my opinion, I think they're on items that aren't overall have good itemization.
Mm-hmm.
And this sort of puts them together into a nice little package. Should be pretty fun to play with.
Yeah, this looks like a fun item to me, and the name is really good.
Yes.
You make problems for your opponent, and Pressing Bash is a really fun card to play with. CT5, your point about itemization, I think, is totally correct. And I also think it's cool, like, often having a lot of the same card on an item increases the rarity, and it's sort of like, why is this a rare, or why is this an epic? But here it kind of like feels pretty epic to me.
Yeah.
The disorienting blocks and 4 pressing bashes, it's sweet. So good job, Magic Elves.
Phantom Sun's Barbaric Helmet. Also pretty nice. I think all the cards fit thematically.
Yep. Yep.
You're very angry.
Very angry and a little dumb.
Yeah.
A little rageful.
Yeah.
So this is the first helmet with Frenzy Aura.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
John was like, do we have Frenzy Aura on helmets? And I was like, we don't, but it fits.
It does.
It does fit. It does fit. It's armor boost. It's sort of in the same vein as Quickness Aura or Rushing Aura.
Okay.
And what the hell? Okay. Anyway, and the armor value is sort of the most crucial thing in determining whether or not an armor card is okay for a helmet. Is it armor greater than 2? And is it is it armor greater than 2 keep? This is not greater than 2 and it's not keep. So
Yeah.
it fits. And like you said, really good really on flavor cards.
Yeah.
So awesome job, Phantom Sun.
Yeah.
This is Mangosh. It's a tokenless shield with Subtle Parries and Lunging Strike, which are cool cards.
Yeah.
Some people don't like Subtle Parry, some people do. I think it's good, and most importantly, I think this is like a really sweet flavor. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a shield. You're using your offhand to hold, a little
dinky
dagger or
dagger
something,
that just,
right?
yeah, gets in the way.
Or, I guess, a little twig. Right? Your Mangosh is a twig. But yeah, awesome job. Great execution of the design.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like the subtle parry, right? That's really what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's a really nicely executed design.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Lucky Dice's Hula Hoops Vicious Circle. Well, Lucky Dice, you finally made it.
Yeah, you're in the video. Good job.
Maybe we should start over and then change this list so he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
all right. That was not funny. So, what is funny, and okay, not funny. What's really neat is that we've got a lot of spinny spins going on.
Yep.
I like seeing all that Berserk spin along with the one Violet spin. Like it's nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of spins, which fits the theme. It's 5 Berserk spins. There aren't any items with that many Berserk spins
Yeah.
right now. It's a card that we introduced in Citadel
Yeah.
for players. I mean, it was in the game, obviously, but we added it to player items in Citadel to give warriors something they could do against invisible enemies.
Yeah.
And a lot of those items are kind of whatever. Like, if you want Berserk spins, I think the most you can get is 2
Yeah.
on one item, which is fine, but maybe you're the kind of card hunter who wants a lot of Berserk spins, and this item could be the item for you.
Yeah. I think it's just a pretty well executed concept.
Yeah.
You've got a little circle of fun stuff going on,
Yep.
and
yep.
that's what this item provides.
Yeah.
That's what it says it's going to do, and it does it.
Yeah. Name is on point. And another fun fact is all these Berserk spins will increase the chance of Berserk spins showing up in Quick Draw.
Ooh.
So that's also cool if you want that to happen. Alright, the Codish Marde. This is sweet. I had to look up what it was. I had to Google the name. And I found a sword that looks very much like the sword in the art for Feigning Strike. And that might be used for many of these purposes in real combat. So in terms of tying cards to a weapon that might be used to do the things on those cards, this is actually a much slicker and tighter execution than a lot of items that are already in the game, where you've got swords doing crushing damage and spears that chop. So, and I do think that I would hold submissions to a slightly higher standard than some of the throwaway items in the game. This blows that out of the water. I think it's a really sweet execution. A good combination of different kinds of attacks, hard to block attacks, step attacks, and then a parry. It's just nice.
Yeah.
So good job, Jester. I don't know if you have anything to add, or
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It seems like a very reasonable set of cards.
Yeah, and it's a common.
Very flavorful. Yeah.
Easy to access.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Good for peasant, probably.
That's great.
Yeah, I like it.
Mikaz's Ranger's Hood. There's a very similar item to this by the Locket, the Shifting Chapeau.
Yep.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And funny enough, I think this set of cards is more fitting for Locket's name. But both good designs.
Yep.
Both cool stuff. Scamper Team, new card you introduced in Citadel.
Right.
And so why not use it? Squirrels! That's cute.
Yep.
Scamper Team is just pretty fun, pretty cool. And overall, yeah, the set of cards, I think it works well.
Yeah. Thick Hide Armor is a card I always like having in my deck. Scamper Team is a card that I think people are going to be excited to get to play, at least in some constructed leagues. I don't know. Like, it's free move 3, which is pretty intense. And I still hold the dodge isn't terrible, but yeah, it's the other item had Quickness Aura instead of dodge.
Right.
They're both good items.
Yeah.
Good job, Vikaz. Good job, the Locket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vols submitted an item that was disappointingly unfunny.
Yeah, this is very true.
I mean, after the static slippers...
It's just been downhill.
Yeah, yeah. What happened to the gardening kit, man?
Goodness.
Well, the good news for you is that this item could actually be put into the game. So, you know, good job on that. It's somewhat similar to a submission, a couple...
I think in the first one.
In the first one? Okay, yeah.
First or second, something like that.
I think it's a good selection of cards on a shield. It's a blue token disorienting block. Shield that doesn't totally suck. Penetrating cut isn't strong, but I think it's somewhat on theme.
I think it's meant to be a flavorful pick, yeah.
And it does a good job of that.
Yeah, all of them do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole disorienting block thing to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, the disorienting block art sort of... You know,
begs, yeah.
It wants this item to be made. So, good job hitting on that.
Good, strong design, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello World's Bouncers Gloves. Also pretty neat.
Yep.
I definitely think... Like, the one that doesn't immediately stand out to me is Disorienting Block, but everything else, I think, fits pretty well.
I think Disorienting Block is like you're drunk and you're going to the next bar, and they're like, stay out. You've had too much already, go home. You don't think?
Alright. I can see it. But yeah, like, once again, right, you're finding that the cards fit very well. Like, clearly, there was an idea in mind, and they found a nice set of cards that really bring the idea to life.
Yeah. And I'm not entirely sure that... Well, there are no weapons right now for warriors that are gloves, right?
Sure.
But I don't think that's a problem. I think this is cool. Wimpy works. The barges and the pressing bashes are really on flavor.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting blue-yellow item. So, good job, Hello World. And here's the Purificator from Hidden Jaguar. Minor token, rare, with the one Unnerving Strike to make it rare, which I like. I don't really love the idea of triple Purging Strike below rare on a low token.
Okay,
item.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because it changes the way warriors play so much. I think this is sweet. 6 crushing attacks, good for Crusher.
Yep.
Right?
Someone's going to be happy with that.
Yeah. I think there were 3 submissions with 3 Purging Strikes.
Yes.
And they were all kind of cool. There's clearly a demand for the 3 Purging Strikes.
Yeah.
Really briefly, I think one of them was too strong and another had a non-player card that I wasn't ready to put on an item.
Yeah.
And this one, I think, works really well. And the block discarding kind of fits the theme still, right?
Yeah.
Like you're stripping it bare.
Yeah. Pure combat.
Yes.
Something.
No tricky blocks. No disorienting blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good job hitting Jaguar. Another month, another strong submission.
I think this is the last one.
This is the last one. This is Juxtaposition's Master's Rapier.
Well, when you're the master, you're good at hitting things.
Right.
And all these things, all these cards let you hit the target.
That's right. It's all hard to block, which is on theme, I guess. I'm a little iffy on the Unnerving Strike on Rapier, just because it's a crushing attack.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the only mark against it in my mind. Like, 2 of each attack feels really cohesive. They're all hard to block, which really works.
Yeah.
You've got the tricky stabs, which are kind of like a lunging. The feigning strike goes without saying.
Could have been another skillful strike if you are, again, the master. And then it's all hard to block 3.
Yeah, it could have been 2 skillful strikes instead of unnerving strikes. Which also would have made it, I think, uncommon or common?
Yeah.
Not rare.
Yeah.
I think this is more playable with the unnerving strike.
Sure.
And I think it's a cool weapon.
Yeah.
Jux is always talking about, like, I want to come up with the next cool warrior weapon, and this is a fine one, you know, for a blue and yellow token. It's pretty powerful,
Yeah.
pretty good, but I think not, like, super OP. So,
Which is good.
Yeah.
There were a lot of weapon submissions that were like, whoa, on the power level scale.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, the triple laser whip, triple blind rage. And there were a few others that were...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, weapons had the most submissions. I think they also had the most powerful submissions. And some of them were a bit silly, but sort of expected.
We do love our warriors.
Yeah, and warriors being the best class in the game clearly need to get stronger. But anyway, I want to say, like, good job to everyone in the contest this month. There was, like, a pretty low number of totally unprintable submissions. Like, a few overpowered ones, 1 or 2 over the level 21 limit, and a couple completely off-slot card inclusions.
Right.
But I'd say probably less than 20, maybe even close to 10 total. And that means there were a lot of good submissions. So really good job to the community.
Yay.
I hope this video was cool. I'm just going to go over the options again for the
Go
poll.
us.
We've got the Master's Rapier, the Purificator, the Bouncer's Gloves, Matador's Cloth, Ranger's Hood, Colliche Hula Hoop's Vicious Circle, Main Gauche, Barbaric Helmet, and Pressing Problems. And again, the final winner was the Scar of the Hero by Elmath. So in mid-November, hopefully, we will add Scar of the Hero, Storge's Proboscis, and then 1 item from the shortlist to the game.
That you guys
Yeah.
will help pick.
That you'll all help pick. By the time you're seeing this video, the poll should be live. So go check that out.
Awesome.
And vote. And thanks for watching.
Will do. On the voting.
You're not going to go back and watch this video?
Probably not.
No? Alright.
Alright.
I probably will.
Cool.
Just to make sure that it's okay.
That's a good point.
And also to erase Lucky Dice from history. You know. Alright, cool. Take care, everyone, and see you on the forums.
Thanks for watching. Bye.